Hey, did you catch that?
I guess he didn't escape from LA.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 movie references in video games. For this list, we're looking at our favorite references to Hollywood movies in various video games. These references can come in any form, including quotes, reactions, or names.
Look, I don't care how you do it, son. I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it'd do any good.
Number 10, Psycho music, Payday 2. Alfred Hitchcock's films are often considered to be some of the best thrillers of all time. It's fitting then that there's a reference to Psycho in a video game released about 50 years after the movie. The appropriately named Psycho knife can be used to stab enemies, as you could probably guess, and it takes its name directly from the movie. Its appearance is almost identical to the one seen in the film, and the music that can be heard when it's fully charged is extremely similar to the movie's iconic violin screech. And if you don't fully grasp the overly obvious references, Norman B is engraved on the knife's side, a clear nod to the movie's antagonist, Norman Bates.
They'll see, and they'll know, and they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Number 9, Holy Hand Grenade, Worms series. The Holy Hand Grenade is a weapon that can be acquired in many of the games throughout the Worms series. It serves as a regular hand grenade, but must come to a complete stop before exploding and comes equipped with a 3-second timer. If this sounds familiar, you're obviously a fan of British comedy, as the grenade is a clear reference to the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes, of course! The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. 'Tis one of the sacred relics Brother Maynard carries with him.
In the movie, the grenade is considered to be a sacred relic and comes with its own religious passage. So, next time you're blowing up thine enemies, don't forget to say a quick prayer before they snuff it.
Then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe, who being naughty in my sight, shall snuff it?
Amen.
Number 8, Unit Banter, Starcraft and Warcraft series.
You're the king? Well, I didn't vote for you.
Blizzard Entertainment are obviously huge movie buffs, as both of their signature series are often littered with quotes and references. In the Warcraft and Starcraft games, clicking on the same unit multiple times can get them to drop some pretty hilarious quotes during gameplay.
This is my boomstick!
These references range from Monty Python, Army of Darkness, Monty Python, The Lord of the Rings, Monty Python, X-Men, Monty Python, Army of Darkness, and of course, Monty Mars Attacks.
Nice planet. I'll take it.
By playing through the campaign modes, you'll also come across references to Star Trek and Aliens. We could go on, but this probably needs a list of its own.
Oh, God. Game over, man. Game over.
Number 7, the one-liners, Duke Nukem 3D.
This is a force to be reckoned with.
Just like our last entry, Duke 3D is almost more of a reference generator than a video game. There are so many movie quotes scattered throughout it that it actually becomes a chore to keep track of them all. In the midst of destroying his enemies, Duke yells a variety of quotes that are ripped straight from the movies, including Hail to the King, baby, and I came to kick ass and chew bubblegum, references to Army of Darkness and They Live, respectively.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
There are many more, but again, like the last entry, we'd be here all day if we listed them all. Suffice to say that if you're a fan of great shooters and a movie buff, especially old school action movies, then you'll have the time of your life with Duke 3D.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Number 6, Iroquois Pliskin, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade.
While you'd think that Metal Gear Solid would reference James Bond or something to that nature, its influences and references actually point to Escape from New York and Escape from LA, a film series starring Kurt Russell.
Skip the commentary, Pliskin.
Snake. Call me Snake.
In the movies, Russell plays a criminal named Snake Plissken. If that sounds familiar, it's because he shares not one but two names with Metal Gear Solid's protagonist, Solid Snake. Aside from the obvious Snake aspect of their names, Solid Snake also takes on the fake alias Iroquois Pliskin in Sons of Liberty, effectively completing the reference. Silly movies or not, can we all agree that Snake Plissken is one of the most badass names in existence? Yeah.
I hope it was worth it. For now you are going to die.
Everybody does.
Number 5, Thelma and Louise recreation, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I know this whole thing was my fault, I know it.
Grandma Thelma, the woman you should know by now, this wasn't your fault.
In one of the many Easter eggs littered throughout the game, the ending of Thelma and Louise is played out near Raton Canyon. If you fly to the correct location between the hours of 7 and 8 p.m., you'll see an idling car on a rocky cliff surrounded by police. An officer makes his way towards the car before it accelerates off the cliff's edge, where it explodes into a ball of fire in the canyon below. While the movie ends on an upbeat freeze frame, here you can see the reality of Thelma and Louise's actions, and it's not too pretty. Still, it's a neat reference to the movie and a great Easter egg to discover. Number 4, Independence Day Mission, Star Fox 64. An awesome game and an awesome movie collide to make an awesome action sequence. In the climax of the film, fighter pilots led by the president have to engage with a galactic alien destroyer that can obliterate cities with a powerful weapon. In the video game, Fox and his pilot friends have to engage with a gigantic mothership that can obliterate cities with a powerful weapon. If that doesn't convince you, this mission also introduces you to the character of Bill Gray, who shares a name with Robert Loggia's General William Gray from the movie. Finally, if all that doesn't convince you, the shot of the victorious pilots flying away should seal the deal. Number 3, Them, Command & Conquer, Red Alert, Counter-Strike.
Listen up, soldier. If we lose England, it's not going to be to a bunch of pinko ants. I don't care how big.
In order to access this secret mission, the Counter-Strike expansion pack must be installed. The expansion, while good in its own right, is known primarily for its antagonists, the giant ants. These ants are a result of radiation poisoning, and they're tough sons of bitches. They're also undoubtedly a nod to the classic science fiction film, Them. In the film, giant radioactive ants are found in the New Mexico desert before going to war with humans in the sewers of LA. The title of the mission, It Came from Red Alert, is also a nod to It Came from the Desert, a video game which was heavily influenced by the movie. 2 references in one.
Ants? Is this some kind of a joke? You got ants in your pants, call an exterminator. I'm on vacation.
Number 2, The Matrix Bank Shootout, Conker's Bad Fur Day. This video game was chock full of movie references, including ones to Jaws, Saving Private Ryan, and The Terminator. However, it's this hilarious nod to The Matrix that stands out the most.
Please place any metallic objects in the trick.
Well, to call it a nod might be an understatement, as it's more of a blatant spoof. Conker enters the bank clad in Neo's signature leather outfit and proceeds to act out the movie's lobby scene verbatim, including pushing a guard and simultaneously firing 2 machine guns while cross-armed. Even the ominous, industrial-sounding music is almost identical to the films, foreshadowing the violence that is to come. By also dodging bullets like Neo, Conker completes the reference and sends the game off in style. Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Here's Johnny.
Stars of the midnight.
Come on, this is my first night.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Number 1, quoting Empire Strikes Back, Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge.
I am your brother.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
This video game was developed and published by none other than LucasArts themselves, so you know that there's bound to be some fantastic references to their movies. The best reference comes at the end of the game, when LeChuck reveals himself to be Guybrush's brother in a twist ending, similar to the famous ending of The Empire Strikes Back.
I would always be able to find you again. We are bound to one another.
The dialogue throughout the scene is taken verbatim from the movies, including Darth Vader's sinister
"Search your feelings, you know it to be true,"
and Luke's infamous and whiny
"No!"
Sure, that particular scene from the movie has been played out to death, but it's still fun to see such a direct and obvious spoof of it in a video game.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite movie reference in a video game?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
For more referential top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You just tell your men to get out there and kick some ass.